Hi guys, so today is the day that I will be making my favorite cookies. This is the concerto with the butter biscuit down here and dark chocolate up there. And it's my favorite, and this is on the occasion of me getting 1,000 followers on Instagram. So let's get started on these cookies right now. So for this recipe, since the main goal is to make the concept of the butter biscuit with the chocolate, so I've gone ahead and already made my dough for the butter biscuits. It's really simple. Just combine some butter, sugar and flour, some vanilla essence, and then you just mix that up. I use my KitchenAid mixer for that. It was really simple, like 5-10 minutes, and then you just refrigerate it. And over here I have a small piece of that, which I have, as you can see, squared off because I'm going to making square cookies. I just used a knife, a sharp knife, and made it the shape like how I needed it to be. When you refrigerate it, you want to refrigerate for at least 2 to 3 hours, and preferably overnight. Since I have my cookie dough right here, let's go and start cutting our cookies in the shape we want them. So you want the width to be about 1/4 to 1/8 of an inch. So I'm going to start cutting with a sharp knife. Just like that. Straight cut. So here are the cookies which I have cut, and I'm making a small batch right now because I'm still in the testing phase and I'm so excited to try this new batch. Now I have my oven set up at 350, and before we put this in the oven, we're gonna brush this with some egg wash. And to make the egg wash, I took 1 egg and I put about 1/2 teaspoon of water and whisked it up. So now I'm gonna brush these with my egg wash. Applying this egg wash will help give our cookies a nice brown color. But of course, if you do not eat eggs, this step is completely optional. So now for the most exciting part, I have over here 3 ounces of unsweetened chocolate and 6 tablespoons of sugar. I'm using an artificial sweetener. I'm using Splenda, and you can use this if you want, or sugar, regular sugar if you would prefer. So now we're gonna make a double boiler. So on the pot at the bottom I have some water which I'm heating up to a boil, and I have a pot sitting on top of the water. This is gonna help us avoid burning the chocolate as we are melting it. So we want to wait until it comes up to a boil, and then we're gonna lower the heat until the water is simmering and it's still hot. So my water is coming up to a boil now. I'm gonna lower the heat a bit down to medium low. Keep the water simmering, and now I'm gonna add in my chocolate. So now, as you can see, our chocolate is starting to melt. Now soon I'm gonna start stirring, and in small increments I'm gonna start adding in my sugar. So now, as you can see, our chocolate is completely melted. I'm gonna start adding my sugar in small increments and whisk until it's completely dissolved and melted, because we don't want the chocolate to be gritty because of the sugar. We want the sugar to melt completely. It's gonna help create a really nice texture. So here you have it, guys. Here are the cookies. It's been about 13 to 14 minutes. You want to keep an eye on them. Like this one became a little bit browner than I would like it, but it's still not burnt. That's amazing. But here, that's perfect. As you can see, there's an amazing bottom. So once the cookies are out, you want to put these on a rack to help cool down, and putting them on the rack is really going to help quicken that process up. And now our chocolate is almost ready. I've added about 3 tablespoons of my sweetener right now, and I think that's enough. And 6 tablespoons would have been too much, but if you want it sweeter, then go ahead and add it. I want it to be sort of like a 70% dark chocolate, so I'm happy with that. And keep tasting. You gotta taste know what you are putting on your food. Now I'm gonna add about a tablespoon of butter just helps smoothen out this mixture a bit. And then our chocolate is ready, and then we will form it into molds using a cookie cutter and place it on our cookies. So now I'm going to be putting my melted chocolate into my cookie cutter mold, and this is the best way that I figured out without having an actual mold for the chocolate of doing this. If you guys think of a better way, please leave a comment down below and let me know on how I can improve this step. So here I have some parchment paper and my cookie cutter. I'm gonna add just a little bit in there. I'm gonna make sure it's completely on every corner, stucking it a little bit. And now I'm gonna lift this mold and move on to the next one. So here I have my chocolate squares. They're not perfect, but I'll be getting better soon. I'll be striving to improve. And now we're gonna let this cool down. We're letting the cookies cool down and the chocolate. And I've reserved some of my molten chocolate mixture, since I'll be using that to put it on the cookie and help glue the chocolate squares when they've cooled down. If it's taking too long for your chocolate to come to a solid state, you can always put it in the freezer and help freeze chocolate until it's solid. So as you can see now, my chocolates have become solid, and I can easily take these out and handle them. I'm going to use some more of my melted chocolate, which I melted using a double boiler, and add a little bit of it onto each cookie. This is gonna help glue our chocolate squares onto our cookie. So now I'm just gonna use the back of a knife to gently transfer these squares onto my cookie. Kinda press on it, make sure it's glued. So my cookies are all ready now, and now we want to let this come back down to room temperature and ensure that our chocolate is stuck completely onto our biscuit. Hey guys, so here we have it, my homemade conchita cookies, butter cookies with a dark chocolate top, and I can't wait to try these. And I feel like this challenge was a challenge, because like there was like no real help on how I can like assemble this together. And I found this great recipe for the butter biscuits, which I really love, and I'll probably continue to use that in the future to bake biscuits. Thank you all of y'all for helping me reach 1,000 followers, and hope you're with me till I get 10,000 million, and as we go on and on and on. Thank you for the ride. Keep a lookout for new upcoming videos. Leave me a like, give me a comment, and subscribe for more videos.